2 to 3 hours, we're going to be going through. I was waiting to see if you were listening. I'm just testing it here. So, are they able to see my screen, sir? Okay, good. All right. We're getting there. Okay, fine. All right. So the first thing I want to share with you is to say I'm glad you're here today. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. As always, our HQ4Us are full of great information, great tools, and we're going to give you a couple more today as well. I think for time, I lost 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to go real fast to get it all in. So if I can talk fast, you can listen fast. Yeah. Right? Okay, good. All right. So let me know when my screen is up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the first thing I want to announce is we have been working on this for about 2 years. And I am thrilled to announce to you officially, first and foremost, that our Learning Trails is officially up and ready. Now, after training over 6,000 agents, I've learned a thing or two, and I got tired of seeing agents making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So we have started this from the very beginning when I came on to Samson, is to map everything out methodically and in order. So momentarily, for right now, it is housed on my website. My website is the same platform that you guys have. It's my first name, last name, .samsonproperties.net. So it's lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net. When you go to it, you will see that I've added a custom tab in there that says Agent Resource Center. I want to make sure that all of you are aware of it and all of you are going to it. Here, we have bonus handouts. We have common mistakes that agents make. It's a series of quick videos that we've recorded over time. How-to instructions. If there's something that's covered in either Jumpstart or any of the other classes, and you go, yeah, but I don't know how to do that, that's the how-to instructions for you. But what I want to bring you to the attention of is the Learning Trail step-by-step guide. It's got a basic introduction, but here's the takeaway of it. If you are new to Samson or a new agent, we want you to start right at the very beginning. There's the download the handout, and there's the play the video. Then once you are done with that, you will literally, methodically, which is how our brains work through every single one of these. I know that agents for years and years and years go to this class because somebody said it was a good one, and then they go to that class because they said it was a good one, and then they go to that one and they go, where's that supposed to fit in? And you're all over the place. I want you to stop. I want you to stop. We have developed this out over a massive amount of time. Yeah, I have to pick those up later. But what we want to do is we want to put this all together in order for you. Now, let me ask you a question. If I said, I'm going to charge you $30,000 for all of this, who'd be willing to pay it?
I'd pay you anything.
Okay, good. All right. So, but if I said, wait a minute, because I love you and I love Samson, I'm going to hand it to you free of charge on a silver platter. Now who's interested? Every hand should have just popped up. That's what we're doing. That is why Samson is now known in our footprint as having the best training that's out there. And I am proud that I'm able to been a part of it and able to up the game on it. But this is going to take you methodically through everything that you need to learn and in order to build out your business, whether you're a part-time agent, whether you're a full-time agent, whether you're a dual career, or whether you're just getting started. It doesn't matter. These are the methodical step-by-steps of going through it. And yes, I'm still adding and adjusting, but it'll be uploaded again and refreshed up. So I want all of you to be aware that that's where they are currently being housed at. We're going to do some adjustments with Samson University. This way, this allows me to keep the newest and the freshest up, along with the handouts, and we're taking it even one step further. Remember $30,000 that you're not going to pay me? Okay. Okay. What we are doing as well is on some of these, let's say Jumpstart Session 1, there's a bunch of tasks that need to be done. And we have gotten the calls. I don't know how to add a signature line, or why is it spreading it out like this? We have literally done quick step-by-step videos. I'm trying to keep them under 5 to 10 minutes to walk you through each individual step if you need to know it. So as you go through the class, we're going to have I don't know if it's going to be here or on a separate page or down below, but it'll have the how-to for everything within that session. And we're going to label it by session. So it'd be Jumpstart Session 1. Here's the how-to to do da, 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 da. If you need it, it's there. If not, go on. Now, if you're a seasoned agent, you go, oh, I've been around for a while. I don't know. I don't need to know all this stuff. Yeah, you do. When I've had agents come to me, yeah, I did. That really did. I did. Good thing they didn't have on camera, did they? When I have agents who have come to me and have gone through Jumpstart and everything else methodically, even after the 4 sessions of Jumpstart, they look at me and go, I've been in this business 20, 25, 30 years. I didn't learn half this stuff. Where were you when I was getting started? Well, I was probably in California and probably just getting started in my career as well. But they have come back, and if a seasoned agent who's been in that long can have takeaways from this, then you as a newer agent, it's a no-brainer. Now, I'll tell you what Donnie has said. Yeah, Donnie has said on multiple occasions, if he could make every agent coming into Samson go through Jumpstart and have it mandatory, he would. What does that tell you? That tells you that this is bringing something of humongous value to you. Gang, I am so tired of seeing agents run around like a chicken with their head cut off, going from class to class, to workshop to pan, da, 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 and going, but I don't know where that fits in, and I don't know where that piece goes to that piece, and I'm just confused, and they give up. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see that anymore. So this is why we have created the learning trails for you. And tickled to death that you guys get to be the official first launch of learning trails available on my website right now. It will eventually be on Samson University or the Nest, but right now it is on my website. We good? Say wow. I need a wow on that one. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, speaking of the learning trails, again, we've got, it's right there on the website, but there it is. And I'm adding and adding and adding, making sure that we've got the latest and the most updated version up there. Okay. Let's get into our little session for today. In your handout or in your packet, there should be a handout that looks kind of like this. Okay, hopefully y'all have it. I'm going to ask if you will take one of these. There's 3 pages here. I'm going to ask that you take one and pass them around, or if somebody wants to come hand them out, I would love that. I can get the clip off without breaking a fingernail, because if not, I say bad words. All right, if you can make sure everybody gets one. There's three different options there. Oh, I need one. Little details.
There's 3 pages.
Yeah, that page, and that page. Awesome, awesome, and more awesome. Okay, the one that's going around is I am coming back to Chantilly, because you know I'm on the road a lot. I'm coming back to Chantilly to do a series of 4 classes. I hope that you were able to join us. The flyer has the 4 classes and the QR code to RSVP. Awesome, there you go. The other 2 handouts that you are getting is it's time to sharpen your skills. It is your daily tasks along with the tracking of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that plays an important part. And for fun as a bonus, we're giving you an extra worksheet if by chance you don't have a calendar and don't use your phone calendar and you need to be visual. Here's one place to get started, okay? So that's what that's for. Now, let's go ahead and, while those are making their rounds, let's go ahead and jump in. As always, who can you thank for bringing you HQ4U and all the bonus stuff and me not charging you $30,000 for training? Cardinal Title, indeed. So we always want to thank Cardinal. They are the backbone. They are the oil, the gas, the engine, and everything in the car. The car is Samson, but the car doesn't run without Cardinal. And Cardinal doesn't run without our agents. So I like to have this picture here. This is my, when I'm sitting in my sofa chair and looking out the window, there's my little Cardinal that comes and visits me all the time. And if, God forbid, it is empty, I get this through the window. So he wants to make sure that I have everything Let me go from the beginning. There we go. Let's crank this out. Okay, so there's my little cardinal friend that likes to come and visit. Hey, there we go. All right, a reminder, gang, what you are learning today is going to help you earn tomorrow. Okay, so, no, but we can get more if we need to. Okay, so what you learn today or any day is what's going to help you earn tomorrow. Quick reminders, every Monday, I will be sending you all a quick email because you RSVP'd. Everyone should be joining me on Mondays at 10:30 for Boost. It is the laser focus, gets you mapped out and ready for the week ahead. I don't care if you're full-time. I don't care if you're part-time. I don't care if you're really, really part-time. Everybody needs to be joining us in on Boost, and I should be blowing out my attendance roster where I've got to go to Donnie and say I need more seats, okay? Thursdays are 2 other primo classes. At 1 o'clock, it's called the Learning Trails. A different topic is given every week, as well as the 2:30 Master Your Marketing class. Again, Master Your Marketing is a spin-off of our Jumpstart Session 4 because the marketing department of your business has the potential of 24 marketing pillars. I'm sorry, you're not that good, you're not doing them all. Okay, but when you go through Jumpstart 4, we walk you through what are the ones that hit your hot button and what are the ones that you can get excited about. Then the 2:30 classes on Thursday, we take a different class every week and we take a deep dive into it. Now, who's listened to any of my stuff before? Okay, yay! So you know that I always ask, may I have your permission to be blunt and honest with you? Tell you what you need to know and not always what you want to hear. We good? Okay? Because I do. Yeah, I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to tell you what works. I'm going to tell you what doesn't work. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what it costs. We're not to spend your money. We're not to blow your money. And I'm just going to give it to you all. Remember, you're paying me $30,000, so I'm going to give it to you hook, line, and sinker. The Zoom link for all of these classes are on the Cardinal Nest on the calendar. I like to say shoes are optional, and cats and dogs are welcome to walk across the screen. So there you go. All right, let's jump into this one. Can you manage time, yes or no? Yeah, good answer. Okay, yeah. No, you cannot manage time because guess what? It starts at midnight. 12 hours later, it's noon. 12 hours later, it's midnight again. Now, you cannot go to the universe and say, you know what? I just need 12 hours today, but I'm going to need 36 tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you get 24, that's it. So you cannot manage time. However, you can learn to block time. And it is time blocking that will make you or break you in this business, okay? There's a lot of skills and things that we need to know to run a business successfully. And I'll tell you, most agents, this is their biggest missing piece. Who can agree to that? I'm seeing some heads nod. There you go. All right, good. Now, here's the takeaway. I always ask this, and this will make you laugh. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know, and I don't care. Because time blocking and the to-do list go hand in hand. Now, how many of you are millionaires? Anybody? Not yet? Working on it? Working on your first, your second million, whatever? Okay, good. All right, so I was listening to a podcast a while back, and it was a bunch of millionaires. And guess what? They only have 24 hours in their day, too. Same as you. But you're not making $1 million yet. But here's the takeaway that I got from that. They typically do not have a to-do list. How many of you have a to-do list? Okay, here's the mistake that is being made. You have your to-do list, and it keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer. You never put it on your calendar. Here's the difference. When they realize there's something they need to do, they don't write it down. They go directly to their calendar and they look at their calendar and say, okay, when am I going to do that? When am I going to work on that project? There's the difference. I want you to start adding, when you have a to-do list, stop and then say, When am I going to block off the time to get that project done? Okay, because if it ain't on your calendar, it ain't gonna happen. And who thinks someday is a day of the week? Anybody? Yeah, no. I've been looking at calendars for a long time because I'm older than most of you. Someday is not a day of the week, because if it is, we're in big trouble, because we're gonna have a lot that needs to be done someday. So someday is not a day of the week, so that doesn't count. So when you know that something needs to be done and it's your priority, put it on your calendar. Again, I don't care if you use this. You've got digital calendars, you've got, paper calendars. I don't care what you use, but it's got to be written down. It's got to be time blocked of when you're going to do it. So I'm going to drop the bomb on something else since we're moving right along here. If I were to ask to see your calendar, I think I'd be, having a fit. But on this worksheet here, okay, this is the sharpen your skills. One of the things it asks you is, what is your work schedule for the week? I'm going to say most of you don't have a clue and don't know. Mistake number one. If you had a job with somebody else, you would know what time you showed up. You would know what tasks needed to be done in the morning. You knew what time you would take your break. You knew what things had to get done before lunch. You knew what time you would take your lunch break. Following along? Good news is a lot of you left corporate America because you didn't like your boss or thought you had an idiot for a boss. But guess what? Some of you still have an idiot for a boss and you're self-employed. Yes, I said that. Okay? As Donnie lovingly says, good news is you're your own boss. Bad news, you're your own boss. Okay? So mistake number one, not knowing what your work schedule for the week is going to look like. And that is simply determining what time blocks you're going to block off, and then taking a look at your to-dos and when they need to be done. And we do that on Monday Boost, by the way, and I do it as well. All right. The next thing on the worksheet is, what is the one thing that is your primary focus of the week? What's the one thing that you, or hot water, need and will get done during the week? That's your number one priority. Typically, we have 3 things on our priority list, either for the day or for the week. I used to say weekly or daily, and then I realized most of you that are claiming to be full-time, you ain't working 30 hours a week. You ain't working 40 hours a week. We're lucky if you're working 20. So we want to be realistic too with where you're at. So don't fool yourself just because you're thinking about it all the time, that you're in fact working a full-time 40-hour-a-week real estate business. So what are the couple of things that are your priority to get done this week? And if you've not started with Jumpstart, that's where you're going to start. Okay, that's your priority, because that will start walking you through the process. Now, the next block down is, what are the hours you're going to work on which days? If you know that you take Sunday off because that's family, church, spiritual day, you mark it off. If Monday, you know that you're going to start with me at 10:30 for Boost, there you go. You start there. And then what are the hours you're going to work on Monday? What are the hours you're going to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever days of the week you're going to be working? If you don't know, it's not going to get done. Okay? You're your own boss. So I would ask you to also step back and say, okay, based off my performance so far, would I hire me, fire me, or send me back to training? I don't want you to answer that out loud because I don't want to know. All right. On here, we also have a list. I call it daily, but for some of these things, there'll be weekly tasks to be done. And I have a whole training video. Oh, wait, remember I got all those? That walks you through the why each of these components are important. And then the tracking of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the backbone of so much of the business. Because again, if I had $1 for every time an agent said, but I don't know what to do, I'd be retired on a beach somewhere with $1 million in my bank account, okay? That is a common concern. Again, when you worked for somebody else, you knew exactly when and where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. Now you're your own boss and you're floundering. I don't want you to do that, because remember, you're paying me $30,000 to make sure you don't, okay? So here's your path. It is 5 calls, 4 text messages, 3 emails, 2 market snapshots or handwritten notes, and adding 1 new to your contacts. We've got all of this mapped out for you, hook, line, and sinker. So you should never be lost on what to do and when to do it. Now, real quick, for the time blocking in your Monday and your Thursday classes, before you get your cute little fanny out of these chairs and leave today, I want you to go to your phone, go to your calendar, put them on your calendar and set them to repeat every week. If you do not know how to do that, I'm going to stay here till whatever time we need to make sure you know how to do that. All right, have them on your calendar. Now, I also recommend that you then go to your clock and set an alarm to go off on Monday at 10:20 or 10:25. Because that will remind you, ooh, I need to get ready for Boost, and because I start on time. Also, I would do that for Thursday for your 1 o'clock, set it for 12:50. And I bet you're all wanting to know why I recommend that. You do, don't you? Say yes. Okay. Because I was one day working away at my desk. I was in the middle of doing something, and I was focused in on it, and I'm knocking it out and going, yeah, getting it done, getting it done. And then all of a sudden, my phone starts lighting up with, Lynn, is everything okay? Do we still have class? I didn't have my alarm set, and I lost track of time for about 5 minutes. So I even have my alarm set on my phone to go off. I set mine 15 minutes before class, so I can finish what I'm doing, get logged off, get ready to go, get my refreshment ready to go, and then we're ready to hit the ground running, okay? I start on time, and I do my darndest to stop on time for you as well, okay? So, first thing that needs to be done is your time blocking. And again, chicken egg, time blocking to-do list, I don't know, I don't care. If you make your list of stuff you need to do, then you immediately go to your calendar and say, when am I going to do this? Because if it's not on there, it ain't getting done. Or if your brain goes the other way, that here's the time that I know I can work around family commitments and everything else, great, these are the time slots you're going to work, but then what are you going to do during those time slots? Start with your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run down the daily tasks. Are there anything in there that you need to tackle and do as well? And I will tell you, when you are able to come into your office, whether it's at home or whether it's here at an office, and you've got your tasks mapped out and they're on your calendar and you know that, trust me, you hit the ground running. You will get twice as much done in a short period of time, and then you're ready to do the happy dance. Just don't get on your desk and do the happy dance if other people can see you. I'm just saying, it's probably not a good thing, but I'm just going to throw that out there. So that is one of the best things that any of the agents can do. Now, let's talk about the benefits of time blocking real quick. It gets you mentally prepared. You know that when you're coming in, you got X, Y, and Z ready to hit the ground running. You will stay focused. Shut the darn phones off for a couple minutes, okay? I almost said another word, but it's okay. It's okay to shut your phones off. Put them on silent for a few. Gang, we are more ADD than you can ever shake a stick at. And it's because of those things. They go off 100 to 150 times a day. They're constantly binging and a bonging. I don't care that Michael's is having a sale. Okay? That sale is still going to be going in 30 minutes when I get done with my projects. Or when I get done with my day, all right? We do not need to stop every time they bing and bong, because our brains are now reprogrammed to not stay focused on anything for more than 10 minutes. And so I'm impressed you're all staying in tune with me, all right? So this is going to allow you to stay focused. You will actually get the project done a whole lot faster. It's going to improve productivity because you're laser focused and you're not getting distracted. It's going to cause you less stress, which is always a good thing. So we do often a little game of multitasking. I'm going to give it to you real quick. You guys try it on your own. It's fun. Try it with somebody at home. It's a hoot. So first thing I usually do is ask, can you count to 10? They go, yes. And I'll ask if you also know your alphabet A to J. And they go, yes. All right. So when I say go, Somebody will be my timer, and we'll say count to 10, ready, go. There you go, we got the time. It's usually 3-4 seconds. Then I will go, okay, you know your alphabet, and they go, yes. I said, all right, when I say go, start the timer, and we're gonna go A through J, and they'll all good, usually 3 to 4 seconds. Now we're gonna multitask. 1A, 2B, ready, go. 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, and that level is when the giggles start. Our brains start going, and we can't pull it together. Now, once you start laughing, it makes it impossible too. Now, it is fun to do it, so trust me, go do it with somebody. It's a hoot. If you're at a party, it's funny to do it. It's funnier after they've had a drink, and it's hysterical if they've had 2 or more. Okay, so try it out sometime. But that just goes to show when they do the 1A, 2B, 3C, it takes, excuse me, 10 to 15 seconds, where it's taken them 3 to 4 when they were just doing the alphabet or just doing the counting. So our brains, although we think we can multitask and we're all that in a bag of chips, yeah, no, not so much. So be careful fooling yourself thinking that multitasking is going to be your best friend. All right? Here's a couple of ideas on time blocking. You need to determine when you're going to do it. Well, duh, we just talked about that. Determine what tasks need to get done. How much time do you think you're going to need to block off to do it? So if you're going through Jumpstart Session 1 and you know that you need to re-record your voicemail, that's going to take you 5 minutes. When are you going to do it? Because if you leave it on your list, it's going to sit there for a week of Sundays. Get it done, get it knocked out, it's good. So determine how much time do you think you're going to need to block off to do that particular task. Where do you need to be? Where's the location? Where do you need to be at physically to get that task or the project done? What supplies do you need in front of you or at your fingertips and at the ready to do it? And so at this point, we would ask you, if you're watching this later, then to go, when you're done with class today, stop and start blocking off some time on your schedule. What is it that you need to get done? Stop. When am I going to do it? Those two go hand in hand. They should not be two separate. It's one. What and when? What and when? What and when? You want to say it with me? What and when? There you go. All right. So another great tip is to color code it. If you're using a digital calendar, you can color code them. And if you don't know how, we've even got the little video that shows you how to color code stuff on your calendar. The problem with this is, oh, I'm working so much, I'm not getting anything done. Well, let me see your calendar. I'm like, really? Wow. I either get snowblind because there's nothing on there, or, yeah. So you want me to believe you're working 80 hours a week? I'm not buying it, just so y'all know. So color code it, and that's going to help you attempt to keep a balance going, okay? Work will always expand to fill the time available for its completion. So if you say, I just need to do my voicemail, and, oh, I got all day to do it, it's going to take you all day to do it. If you just go, no, I just need 5 minutes, let's do it. Bam, knock it out, get it done, cross it off, good, you're ready to go on, okay? Where are we on time, please? 2:30, all right. Let me wind this down. We can either continue to hand you all of this on a silver platter, or you can come to me and say, Lynn, I know that you spent the $30,000 over many years and through training and coaching and classes and workshops and seminars. We would drop $1,500 on a seminar and wouldn't bat an eye over it. Or you can go, Lynn, I'm not that stupid. I'm going to follow along and let you guide me through. All right? So I'm hoping that that is your biggest takeaway. Samson is offering you everything that you need. All the tools, all the tips, and the technique that goes with it, the how-to. We even have the kick in the patootie if you need it. I danced for many years when I was younger, and I can still swing a kick. So if you need a kick in the patoot, I'm up for the job. You know, I'll do it. We do giggle and laugh, but I want you to realize you've got a business that you're running. You are expecting the consumer to trust you with the biggest financial purchase of their life. You have the ability to financially ruin someone. You have the ability to bankrupt someone. I have seen it done through over my years. I've seen agents go to jail and I've seen agents go to prison. That we cover in the horror stories in October. And yes, I do a special class in October, horror stories of the real estate world, and they are a hoot. So realize the weight and the importance that you carry on your shoulders, and realize that if you are expecting people to trust you with the biggest financial purchase of their life, y'all better step up to the plate. And again, I don't care if you're working 10 hours a week. I don't care if it's 20, 30, 40. If it's any more than that, we're going to talk, because you shouldn't be. But let us guide you step by step with putting together your business in order. And then at the end, if you want to pay me $30,000, just take me to lunch. We're good, okay? But know that it comes with love. It comes with, we believe in you. We want you to do well. We want you to succeed at whatever level you want to succeed at. But you also got to know what that is. And that's why we talk about that first in Jumpstart. Okay, so with that, any questions? No, we are good. I'm going to wind this down then. We've got the amazing, so hopefully there was some takeaways from this, right? Yeah. All right, good. All right, so thank you for your time. Appreciate it.